Cole is alone and hurt in a dark room in London. He is writing down what happened during the recent zombie apocalypse. He says that he's ruined dozens of people's lives for the engish medicine company and then tells the whole story, which began 2 months ago. Mr. White, the head of the company, talks about RAK-295, a medicine that boosts performance and helps people deal with everyday stress. Angela is one of the 30,000 volunteers in the first trial program, and White has told the media that they aren't afraid about any bad side effects. A month later, though, the last part of the testing goes horribly wrong. All of the subjects have extreme side effects like high fever, vomiting, and bleeding inside their bodies. Cole can only look on in shock as the people being tested scream in pain. As the experts look over the subjects' files, they notice that Angela has never come back for a checkup. This could mean that she isn't having the symptoms. Cole needs to find her right away because she might know how to find a fix. Joe, Angela's husband, is let out of jail because there wasn't enough evidence to keep him there. However, the press has already ruined his image. His friend Steve comes to get him, and Joe agrees to stay with him for now at his mechanic shop. Back to Cole, he and his friend Billing go to Angela's apartment, but it's empty. When the owner hears them, he comes in, and the two of them start beating him up until he says Angela moved out 2 months ago. The beating keeps going on, and it looks like the landlord has nothing else to give. Cole has flashbacks to all the people he's killed while working for the company when he hears Billing go through all this violence, so he finally tells his partner to stop. Angela is hiding with her brother Matt and her friend Kate. They don't know that another company worker is watching them from a distance. She wants to talk to Joe and find out what's going on, but Kate and Matt don't think it's a good idea. Matt then goes to work at the police station, where he finds out that there are riots going on downtown. He also finds out that a friend was attacked on her way to work and has passed out, but Matt leaves to go see the riots. Cole and Billing talk about what they found so far at engish. Cole reminds White that he's leaving at the end of the month because he can't do this anymore, but White just changes the topic. While they are talking about what to do next, they get a message from the agent who knows Angela is at Matt's. The recording changes suddenly to a lot of people screaming, so they can't hear the details. Then, they go check on the first test subject, who had an allergic response 1 week after getting the first dose. 2 days later, the person's body and cells were different. At that moment, the patient starts shaking, and at the same time, the power goes out. The patient gets up and quickly starts fighting everyone in the room. The guards try to shoot the man as he jumps on anyone he can grab, but in the fight, the doctor is shot instead. The patient, who has turned into a full zombie, bites most of the group to death. When he goes after Cole, Cole shoots back until he runs out of shots. They think it's over for a second, but then the zombie wakes up and bites Cole on the hand. Cole hits him back with his gun, but now another crew member has turned into a zombie and attacks Cole, knocking him out. Back to Matt, he and his friend Jim are tying their boat up at a dock when they see a nearby building explode. They call the station to tell them that they need help, but no one answers. Then, all of a sudden, their boss shows up and takes the boat so he can get away without them. The two people go back to the station to find out what's going on, but they are the only ones left in a bloody and dead-filled building. The cameras show that chaos has taken over the city and that the zombie apocalypse has begun. Angela finally gets Kate to let her out of the house, but then she runs into a group of police officers and doctors trying to catch a zombie. One of the officers gets bit. When the women go back inside, they watch the news about the chaos in the city. Matt sends Angela a message asking them to meet him at a certain spot. He has arranged for a friend to fly them out in a helicopter, which can only hold 4 people, including the pilot. A few seconds later, Cole wakes up, hurt but still alive, and helps the only scientist still alive who is stuck under a cabinet. When they look right outside the door, they see that the director has also been affected. In fact, he is pushing on the door to get in. Cole sees his own wound, so the scientist gives him 3 shots of a virus-fighting drug that can stop the infection for only 18 hours. Then they leave the room, but Billing kills the scientist because he thought that the scientist was also a zombie. Billing sees that Cole is infected and wants to kill him, too. However, Cole shoots him first, which makes Billing have more nightmares. Cole tries to leave after that, but his body hurts him as the virus starts to change him. Cole gives himself an injection right away and keeps going. When Cole gets to the first floor, he sees a bunch of zombies attacking workers. He shoots them all quickly as he runs to the parking lot. In this area, many enemies chase him through the cars and only stop when random drivers come by to eat them. Even though these zombies are very fast and athletic, Cole is able to get a car and get away from the crowd that is after him after a lot of running. Angela and Kate get in their car and drive off to meet Matt. Cole comes right then, but he doesn't catch them in time. When he goes into the house, though, he finds the map and license plate number they left behind. Back to Joe, he and Steve see on TV that the UK has declared a state of emergency. Steve tells Joe that Angela is probably safer somewhere else, even though Joe wants to go look for her. Angela and Kate can't get away on the streets because everyone is trying to do the same thing. At that time, the zombies also show up in this area, and everyone starts running away on foot. Desperate to get away, the women hit a few cars with their own and drove around the traffic jam. This made it easier for Cole to catch up with them. A zombie police officer sees Cole and jumps on top of his car, but Cole shoots him in the chest quickly. This doesn't stop him, though, and soon the zombie attacks Cole by breaking into the car through the passenger window. Cole tries to stop him by choking him. The zombie won't die, so Cole has to leave his car behind and steal a cab to get away. Cole sees zombies attacking people all over as he leaves the city. A short time later, though, the car runs out of gas. Now that Cole is surrounded by zombies, he runs as fast as he can into the bush, where he can hide for a while. Angela and Karen's car starts acting up, so they go to Steve's shop, where they are surprised to see Joe. Joe is hurt that Angela is ignoring him, and the women are upset that their car can't be fixed. Angela says they need to find Matt and the helicopter, but Joe says it's too dangerous to go outside, which starts a fight. Right then, someone starts to shake the door. Everyone runs away while Joe gently opens the door, but Lavinia and Jeffrey run in to hide. Soon, the zombie that had been chasing them breaks down the door, but Steve shoots him and beats him up for good measure. Lavinia and Jeffrey tell them they need to leave quickly because everyone else is leaving the city and there's no chance of safety here. However, the helicopter might not be able to take all of them. While the group stops the broken door, Cole goes to the shop, but he starts to feel pain again, so he has to get the second injection. The zombies break in just as Cole gets inside. Cole tells everyone to hide while he and Steve fight the zombies. They start a brutal fight in which they beat up zombies until there are none left. Jeffrey's hand gets bit during the fight, which is a shame. Matt and Jim look around the station and find friends who have turned into zombies. This makes them start running away. The zombies keep up with them and get to Jim, but the two people get out of the boat, jump on another one, and get away. The fact that the zombies don't follow them shows that they are scared of water. Jimmy asks Matt to get rid of him before it's too late, but Matt won't harm a friend. Back at the shop, Cole cuts off Jeffrey's finger where he was bitten to stop the growth. Then he decides that the helicopter could take everyone away by making more than one trip. Joe doesn't like the idea because the pilot might not come back. He would rather leave with Angela in a van instead. Cole says no, which starts another fight. Angela walks away from them when they get angry, and Cole follows her to show her his company ID and tell her that she is the only one who can stop the spread. Angela is upset about the idea of becoming a lab rat, so she goes to another room to think. Soon, Joe follows her to calm her down. Angela tells him about the possible fix and admits that she is pregnant and wants to keep the baby. Joe promises to be a good father, and the two are finally able to get along again. Cole hears all of this from the other side of the door, and it makes him think of the time he had to kill a pregnant woman just because he was told to. After that, Cole says that they are going to leave in Steve's van. Joe tells Cole that he won't let his wife and child become lab rats while they get ready. The zombie horde broke in at that moment, so Lavinia and Jeffrey took Kate hostage to get to the helicopter first. When the zombies break into the shop, Cole fights them with an axe and a gun, killing them while Angela and Joe take the van and the rest of the group runs away. Cole shoots a gas-filled fuel drum to make it explode when he finds himself trapped. But more zombies keep coming, so Cole has to ride his bike away. Matt and Jim make it to the place where they are supposed to meet, but Matt has to leave Jim on the boat because he is starting to turn. Then he runs to the chopper, where he finds blood all over and an empty cockpit. Matt calls the station from the helicopter and finds out that he has 12 hours to get to the side where people are being evacuated. Jim, who has also turned into a zombie, attacks him all of a sudden. Matt can't bring himself to hurt Jim, so he runs away and hides until he leaves. The group is looking for a new place to hide when all of a sudden, a group of zombies attacks them. Jeffrey and Lavinia quickly hide in a building, and Steve gets bitten in the fight. Kate begs the couple to let her in. Lavinia says no, but Jeffrey opens the door because he feels bad. As Kate hits them and tells them off for their bad behavior, Joe and Angela show up. Joe is heartbroken to see that his friend is dying. Soon, Cole shows up, and Joe threatens him with a knife. But when Cole looks Joe in the eyes, he can tell that he wouldn't kill anyone. Then, Cole gives Joe his gun so that Joe can give it to Steve, and they say goodbye, all before Steve kills himself to stop the change. After that, Cole drives the group away in a van, but they only go a few miles before Angela asks Cole to stop because she has changed her mind. Cole tries to tell her that she is the only hope for humanity, but just then, another group of zombies shows up. Cole speeds up to get away from them, but the area is full of trash, and the van crashes. Before the group leaves the car, Joe takes the chance to steal Cole's gun, but Kate can't because she has a rod stuck in her neck. When the crowd gets to the van, they jump on her right away to eat. After that, Joe points the gun at Cole and says that Angela is coming with him. However, Kate's death has inspired Angela, and she chooses to go to the scientists after all. Then, Cole knocks Joe out and puts him on his shoulders. When they finally get to where the chopper was, they find that the pilot is gone and there is blood everywhere. When they find Matt, he tells them that zombies are afraid of water, so they could use his boat to escape. As they walk toward the river, Jeffrey's infected finger finally starts to turn him into a zombie, too. The group wants to kill him, but Lavinia takes Angela hostage and asks Cole to help her husband. But Joe hits her from behind to save Angela, and Cole stays behind to shoot her in the leg so she can't follow them. The crowd hears the shot, and they go after the couple and eat them right away. The rest of the group makes it to the river, but Jim jumps on Matt right then. Joe pushes the zombie away and starts fighting him right away. After a lot of fighting, he manages to knock Jim out. Joe also gets bit, so he tells his brothers and sisters to leave without him. Angela kisses her husband goodbye, and then she and Matt leave the boat safely. Cole and Joe then join the fight again. The horde comes after them right away, and they try to fight them off as best they can, but Joe is in pain from his transformation and dies soon after. Cole is able to scare off enough zombies so that he can hide inside a building. This takes us back to the beginning of the story. He finishes his story and decides not to use the last shot as punishment for the chaos he helped to cause. Then he gets a chainsaw and goes back outside to fight zombies until someone finds a cure.